houses by a rigid torque tube encircling the drive shaft, thereby keeping vibration to a minimum. The front bumperettes were often removed by GTB owners, as they offered little protection, and removal gave a more racy appearance to the cars. Performance of the GTB was excellent, with 60 miles per hour being reached in 6 seconds and 100 in 14 or 15 seconds. Top speed was in the neighborhood of 155. Approximately 200 examples of the 275 GTS were built in 1965, a convertible version of the GTB with a completely different body, but basically mechanically the same. Production of the 275 GTB and its open version, the 275 GTS, ended in 1968, and Ferrari was without a new streetcar until the unveiling of the Daytona 2 years later.
The mid-60s saw Ferrari in the thick of international racing. Porsche was not yet a contender in the large displacement classes, but Ford had a better idea and was determined to upset Ferrari, particularly at Le Mans. A typical Le Mans start saw the Fords and Ferraris engaging in their famous bump and run routine. Phil Hill's Chaparral gets a slow start. From the beginning, it was clear Ford was the car to beat. The Gurney Foyt Mark IV not only was pumping out 500 horsepower, but was achieving an astounding 6.5 miles per gallon, almost the equal of the Ferrari P4s. This surprised the Ferrari team, as the P4s weighed nearly 500 pounds less than their American rivals. At midnight, an accident took out 3 of the Ford Mark IIs and 4s. But by the 18th hour, 5 of the 7 starting Ferraris were also gone, as was the Chaparral of Hill and Spence. The prototypes are always exciting. Let's take a closer look at this 330 P34. The original P3 engine in its 4-liter form with twin ignition produced 420 horsepower at 8,000 RPM. But the updated P4 had a new power plant designed by Franco Rocci. It boasted 3 valves per cylinder and utilized Lucas fuel injection. With an 11-to-1 compression ratio, it produced 450 horsepower at 8,200 RPM. The life of the P-Series cars was short, as the FIA changed their minds in 1968 and restricted the maximum prototype engine displacement to 3 liters. This angered the Ferrari camp, who did not campaign a competitive prototype car until the 512's debut in 1970. The Ferrari Daytona, a Pininfarina design at its best. Not mistaken for any other Ferrari model. Big, fast, healthy, expensive.
The Daytona went into production in 1968 as a replacement for the 275 GTB. Until the model was discontinued in 1974, it was the king of the road. Ferrari's aim with the Daytona was to keep the marque competitive with the likes of the Lamborghini Miura S. Designed from the beginning as a road car, it was introduced to the aficionados at the 1968 Paris Salon. Its crisp, clean lines mark the Daytona as a style leader with few peers even to this day. Capable of speeds over 170 miles per hour, its aerodynamic design was proved on the boulevards and streets of the world. The Daytona Coupe was an exciting and successful GT automobile, but it had a sister that enjoyed equal success, the Daytona Spider. The Daytona Spider quickly became one of the most sought-after Ferrari road cars. Originally a European car, this example has been converted to U.S. specifications, whereby the covered headlights raise up when in operation and are stowed when not in use, so as to retain the Daytona's clean lines. Function laced with beauty was the Spider's trademark. Comfortable vented bucket seats, integrated air conditioning, a 5-speed transmission. The heart of the Spider, like that of the Coupe, was the V12 power plant, shown here with the later air cleaner assembly and in left-hand drive configuration. The car was heavy at 3,600 pounds, but its 350 horsepower engine made up for any lack of agility, although the car did require a 40-foot turning circle. All Daytona models are still sought after to this day by vintage racers and collectors alike, and a Daytona owner is looked upon with some awe and respect as he motors his favorite toy to the corner store. Succeeding the Daytona in high performance was the Ferrari 512 BB, the Boxer. It is a rare sight on American roads since it was not an official factory import. Even more rare is the exotic 512 BBLM. With production limited to about 25 cars, the Le Mans version of the Boxer was exciting to look at, whether moving or stationary. It was not wildly successful on the racetrack, but is thoroughly enjoyed by private owners who can own a car similar to only 24 others in the world. It boasts a full complement of racing modifications not shared by the street version. To enjoy the LM in action, let's go along with a well-qualified driver. Phil Hill will comment on the course at Laguna Seca.
This is turn 2. This is turn 3 coming up now. Difficult, but lots of fun when you do it right. And here's the infamous turn that you go down to Salinas if you make a mistake in. And up here is the corkscrew. God damn it. Here we come down to turn 7. This is a difficult one. Probably the most difficult one on the whole circuit. Again. Come down into turn 2.